What's going on, fam? We live and direct from the bully house. Got one of the bullies out with me, man. Y'all seen the title. Today we're gonna say thanks to the veterans first. I got my third ID hat on. Peace to Field Sack Germany, the 26th Support Battalion, man. Third ID, man. AAAO to you and Rock of the Morn. Peace to the Paladin Tankers of Fort Seal, man. I served at both of those places, man. But to all the military, stand up, man. Salute. But anyway, we live and direct from the bully house, man. I got one of my bullies in here. I know you can see the title, man. You see the front of the picture. I took a real loss. It's the bad part of this. And I know a lot of people were excited about it, especially me. Because we did have one of the smallest pups that we ever created in hardcut history, and I was really, really excited about the prospects of what was about to happen. I had been offered $10,000 already, but I wasn't gonna sell it. This is a real special breeding that I have been waiting on a long time with Bo Jackson and Black Widow. Man, with him being as small as he was, with the color that he was, out of those two dogs, man, I was excited. Oh man, I was excited. And people would write me saying, "What is your price?" They were excited. I mean, just his size and color, out of any couple dogs, he still is what he is. But man, to come from Bo Jackson and Black Widow and be that small and have the color that he had, the structure that he had, I was excited, and it's a big loss to my kennel for him to not have made it. So I'm going over and over and over and all the things that I could think of to see what could we do. Because man, from Bo Jackson and Black Widow, we got him, and that was gonna be a special dog. So anyway, let's get into it, man. If you ain't did it yet, hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Become part of the family, man. But he was the smallest, and in hindsight now, he's so small that I wouldn't have left him in with the mother. But what happened is I got sick. We got COVID-19. I'm still getting over it. This is my 11th day. And those first 2 days were not good for me. So I didn't get a chance to get out with them, and it was a real bad time because the pups were so newborn. But what really happened, I think it was an accident, because I had the previous litter sitting on top of the kennel where the mother was, and I did a nice little video on that. People seen that short on that. But the mom dog, sometime during that night, she didn't like them being up there, and she stepped on the pups. Now, whenever I go to get a C-section or anything done with the mother dog, I always insist that they cut the dog's nails, and they always will cut the dog's nails as part of the payment. As part of the process of getting a C-section, you also cut the dog's nails. And they did do that, but I didn't notice that there's one or two in the front that were still a little bit longer than need to be. But I don't know if that would have helped or not because of the situation. But what happened was, him being so small, she stepped on him. It kind of went through his skin on 2 different spots, and it was just too much. And what really, I think, happened is that after that happened, he got off, by himself, and they can't regulate their heat at newborn. And so by the time I got out here, he was already fading. Ran him, rushed him in the house. We got the you could get the plastic gloves and or Ziploc bag, whichever you have. Fill it with warm water. That's the quickest way to kind of warm them up and give them something to lay up on that'll kind of warm them up. Until you get that done, you lay them on your stomach if you want to save your dog. But you do that to kind of regulate the temperature and get them back going. That was the only thing I could do. So I went and did that, and we got. I always, I keep baby bottles, but I was so sick I had to. Me and my wife scrambling around, so she had to just go to the store and get me some more bottles and everything. But we just didn't get it in time to save him. So I think that in hindsight, I wouldn't left him in there. I wouldn't have left him in there with her. Now that I think about it, he was so small, so special. I should have just bottle fed him from the beginning. But boy, I'll tell you, if you ever get a chance, if you ever have the situation where you have to bottle feed a little pups, you will understand that that's not something that it's not simple. It's not simple. You still can lose the pup just as much with that. You can also do there's a way that you can put a syringe and run a line to the stomach and just automatically feed them. I just don't want to do that. I've never done that. So every time that I've done it, it's been straight bottle feeding, and there wasn't no shortcuts to it. But not only with the bottle feeding the problem, you're going to also have to keep them stimulated to use the restroom when they should, because that's what the mom was doing inside. And you also going to have to keep them clean and everything, because that's what the mom was doing. And you got to keep them regulated with warmth, because that's what the mom was doing. So, it's a hard thing to say. I should have just did that and took on, because you might not make it with that either. Fortunately, I have had a litter that I had to bottle feed the whole time, and they all made it, and they still running around here talking noise right now. So they very good house pets right now, and they had no ill effect of it. But it was hard. So anyway, we lost Petey Weestraw, one of the smallest pups we ever created, and he was a fawn colored pup too. Oh my goodness, that's a big loss. Big loss for the camp, man. Real big loss for the camp. In hindsight, I don't know. Like I said, I've been going back and forth since I did it, but still, I still had COVID, and it wouldn't have been. I mean, if it had been right next to my bed, I don't think I could have handled it. The first 2 days, I was really sick, and I do have negative COVID tests finally tonight. I mean, this morning and the night before last, the last 3 tests, I've been negative, but I still feel sick. So I don't know what I could have did to avoid this, but man, we did take a loss. So now we just have the 4 pups left in the litter. They're doing great. Got one female and 3 boys left in this litter, and we also have 2 boys from the previous litter, and they're doing great. We took them out today, get them their first trip to Tractor Supply, took them around. I was really going to get some more dog food anyway, so I feel like I should take them out to see how they looked in the public and let them, start to get socialized a little. And they took over the store. It was like my dogs normally do. I normally have the best looking dogs in any store I walk in. So it does have attraction. And there was a lady in there said that it made the whole trip worth it when she seen the pups. So that's why I do it. It might not be nothing to me, but it might help out other people, might make people feel better. They're companion type dogs, so it's gonna make them feel better anyway. But anyway, we took the pups out. We got them all. We got some new puppy food. I found some good toys for them. I like to try out the toys in the store to see which one they're attracted to before I spend my money. You can spend $15, $20 on a dog toy real quick. And we got dog toys in our shops, in our TikTok shop. We got dog toys. And you can go and just get all kinds, but they are starting to be, $15, $20 is kind of expensive, especially if they don't last long. So I look at the durability of it and how the dog reacts to it before I buy it. So we did take the pups out, got them a little bit orientated with everybody, got them outside, got them some toys, and we came on home. They're having a real good time so far. But that brings up a lot. And the first thing I would say is newborn pups can't regulate their temperature. And having those plastic gloves or Ziploc bags you can put some warm water in, that could save your pup. Something as simple as that. Or you could take an old water bottle and put some warm water in that, and they can lay up against it. Just you don't want to get too hot with them scalding, but something like that can save your pup, you know. And I suggest you have those type of things on hand anyway. Syringes, plastic gloves, alcohol, iodine, peroxide. There's a lot of things like that that can save your dog, especially peroxide, lemon juice. That can keep your dog from overheating and choking, you know, stuff like that. So we weren't able to save Petey Wheatstraw. I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Dog's life is crazy, and I don't know. I just guess it wasn't meant to be. It's a real big loss. I was really looking forward to it. There's people that subscribe to my channel just so they could see how that dog progressed in the future, because he was a very nice dog, especially compared to the sizes of the other dogs in the litter. He was a really unique pup, and he looked to be real healthy and strong and everything. But boy, that COVID just knocked me down and caught me off guard. And that's part of being a breeder. I don't have another assistant breeder. I have people that I co-own dogs with that do that. A couple people that I co-own dogs with that are familiar with my dogs, my camp, enough that they can come and give them food or something. But I really didn't even get to do that. And, you know, people have jobs and they can't really do it when they need, so I have to get out there and do it. So even when I was sick, I still had to take care of my pups. This is part of being a breeder. But it's just unfortunate I wasn't able to save my smallest pup, man. So we lost Petey Wheatstraw. Hopefully, I mean, we can't replace it, but hopefully we learn something from it, and we'll be a little bit more cautious next time. And it's a lot of luck goes into this, but you try to keep everything facility-wise so that you can combat these type of things, so that you don't have certain problems you don't even have if you build your facility right. And I really thought we were warm enough, so I just can't see how he got that far away from the camp. So I think that maybe when she stepped on, I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate, but I do know that the way it looks, it was from her stepping on the pups, and she's real rough sometimes. Compared to the other dog, Black Pearl is just a real special mother dog, period. And she's even good with the other puppies. She's a good auntie. And Black Widow is a real good mom too, but just she gets worked up. She hears the other dogs out there in the yard barking, she might want to get the barking and worked up too. So you have to stay real close with her. The first couple of days, until the pups are really regulated, you really need to be close with her. And like I say, with the sickness, I just wasn't able to do that. But I'm thank all y'all for tuning in with us, watching us, man. We're growing by leaps and bounds. We over 15,000 followers on TikTok, and we're closing in on 5,000 on Instagram and YouTube. So I got enough followers to fill up a basketball stadium right now. So I'm extra excited, extra glad about that, man. There's so much stuff on the internet, on the YouTube, on social media that you could be watching. I mean, you could literally go watch aliens all day on YouTube. You could. There's no limit to what you could. There's all kinds of junk. People taking pictures of ghosts. All kinds of stuff that you could. If you was to go so far as to get into that, you could really get caught up on some whole other stuff. You know, Cam Newton got into a fight a couple days ago. You could be watching that, and here you are watching me. So I appreciate it, and I know we got to be doing something halfway decent. That just wouldn't even be possible. So appreciate it. I'm gonna salute y'all too. Salute to the family. And salute to all the veterans. And y'all, get you something hard cut, man. It's on.